Yes. The fact that we have arrested so many people, taken them to the terrorism coast in Kahawa, we may think we have achieved, but we are demarketing Kenya. Yes. The minute our Minister of Interior goes public and says that they are terrorists, it confirms that Kenya is actually at risk of terrorism. And therefore, there are many countries that have given out a travel advisory against Kenya. I have a friend of mine who wanted to come to this country to invest on value addition venture and was at the height of completion so that he can come with a delegation. But this morning, he has sent me a message saying there is a travel advisory against that delegation visiting Kenya because they quoted the minister has said they are terrorists already. Is that marketing Kenya or demarketing Kenya? That's where we are.
Over the years, since this regime took over power, we have seen them committing blunders after blunders on top of blunders. In the recent past, we have seen a trend where people who are arrested by the National Police Service are being charged with fictitious allegations on terrorism, and they are using that act in the constitution to punish anyone and everyone who goes against the regime. And this has serious implications in terms of tourism, in terms of the business market and other spaces. You will find that when something is mentioned, people tend to believe what they see and what they hear. And it has come to the international community attention that Kenya has been experiencing some terrorism acts, in quotes, which led to travel advisory and bans to coming to Kenya. So what does this mean to us as Kenyans, and what does it mean to the business community which is in Kenya? What does this mean to tourism in Kenya? I'm your host, Anonymous Whistleblower. Consider subscribing if you're new and if you like political matters, because here we are the home of political analysis. Now, this regime has started another strategy of isolating and taking people in custody in the name of terrorism. In case you go against it, you will find that they will arrest you and take you to the Kahawa courts, which of course it is known for its military background. Then you are charged there. We have seen several people, including the 3 cops, 2 cops and one, ex-KDF by the name of Hiram and Kop Shakur. We saw an MP by the name of Mukunji. We saw some DCP young leaders who were taken there, and it has led to, wide speculation inside and outside the country, which led to the ban and travel advisory. For those who don't know about travel advisory, this is the advice that is given by international community, people from diaspora, people from outside the country, about what is going on in a particular country, and especially specific regions which they think things may go wrong, or violence may occur, or maybe terrorism acts might take place. And we have seen this severally in Kenya, where when election period comes, you will find that the US embassy or other embassies will come in and tell their people, you should not be at a particular place at a particular time. You should evacuate, or maybe find a safer place, or maybe go home. You take a plane, go back home, then when things settle down, you can go back to the country. Especially in Kisumu, those times Kisumu was very, very hostile, and Kibera, maybe some places like Ngomongo, like Isama Babadogo, Kariobangi, Dandora, Kayole, these places where when anything happens, then it will be so dangerous for someone, especially a foreigner, to be. So a travel advisory is a warning against an impending doom that is about to occur. So when the government uses this terrorism act to curb the opposition, or to curb or silence anyone who is talking against it, most probably all these people who are talking against it, they are talking the truth. Because you can't get silent. You can't be silent when you see things are not going on correctly in your country. And when you try to speak about these things, they take it into their own hands. They deploy maybe police, the DCI, they come for you, and you get charged with these fictitious charges. And it is not helping Kenyans for sure, because it is hurting us in terms of tourism, because no tourist will come to a place when he or she clearly knows that this place is prone to attacks, prone to violence, prone to bad things, which obviously happens everywhere. But when they see an advisory, this confirms their darkest fears. And I will give you an example. When you hear a place like Dandora, and you hear that there are thieves, there are goons, it is a place of violence, most people tend not to go. They fear going there because of what they have heard. But for the people living there, they will tell you these are random incidences. It is not like that bad, because they live there. They know maybe one or two incidences of stealing or snatching, but it is not that bad. But by the picture that is painted out there, people will see that this place is prone, it is very bad. Like once you alight a car, once you alight a matatu, you will find them there waiting for you, and that is not the case. So in terms of branding and imaging, the government is doing a really terrible job, because it is hurting Kenya as a brand. It is hurting our image outside there, so people might fear to come and invest in our country. And things like this matter most, because the economy thrives because of internal factors as well as the external factors. The internal factors, it is what we as Kenyans do in our country to boost our economy, our day-to-day activities. And the external are the big corporations, investors who come to our country. For example, Coca-Cola, for example, this big corporation Uber, and other many international organizations that can come to a particular country to invest. And in that case, they give some revenue, they are value additional to our country. So when people from that side have a bad perspective of our country, it will hurt us in terms of even business area, because people cannot do business in a hostile environment. Everywhere where violence is the order of the day, you will find that businesses are shut down mostly. And you have seen an example of when Kenyans decide on a particular day we will go for a demonstration or a mandamano, a peaceful protest, you will find that the CBD is on a total lockdown, shut down everything, from the shops to the hotels to even the transport industry. And this hurts the economy in a significant way, because what the government was to collect in that particular day will not be there. If it is 2 billion for a particular county like Nairobi, then you'll find that that money will not be able to be acquired on that particular day. So it will derail everything that the government is planning. So it is good for the government to at least know what to do and what not to do. If someone you feel is a threat to the regime, then use legal ways in good manner, not just putting people under terrorism act while you surely know that these people are not even a threat. Because when I come out and say that the government is doing ABCD, why won't you look at that ABCD that I'm saying and make it work? Or maybe correct 1, 2, 3 things instead of coming for everyone. I bet then you will have to arrest like half of the country, if not the whole country, because what we see now, that people are very tired of the government, and it cannot be irreversible, this thing, and the blunders that the government is doing by all these evil things we mention each and every day. It is irreversible, and one term is inevitable. And because of that, the government needs to up its game. Please make the image of Kenya great again. We need, we are the light of Africa. Then we see some things which are not even talkable, some things which are not even worth speaking about. And the government is really failing us. If they can do some things, at least it will make the people have hope in it again. But by the way they are handling their businesses, I think they are in for it, and whatever they do, 2027 they will go home. And mark my words, most people in this regime right now, especially those in the Kenya Kwanza side, most of them will go home, because when the Titan falls, even even all of its supporters will fall with it. When an empire crumbles, even the foot soldiers fall down with it. So it is the high time the government checks and counterchecks what it does and makes at least the lives of Kenyans, the livelihoods, be, at least good, and stop using excessive force on its citizens and do the right thing, because all we need is accountability, all we need is a good life. It is not that we hate the people, we hate how they do the things they do. Like me personally, I don't have any vendetta with Mr. One Term. I don't have any vendetta with the government, but whatever they do is what makes me speak about these things. Finally, it has been your host, Anonymous Whistleblower. Please like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Till the next one, cheers. Stand by in 3, 2, 1, go.